justice and peace, and equality. Now the world they will see.
All right, Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, and I'm back with HW3 Ministries, HW3 Ministry Foundation.
That's
sorry.
That's right.
It is a ministry.
It is. It really is.
You know, but the proper name is Foundation,
Yes.
and we want to stick with that. But we talked about, prostate cancer, you overcoming your personal journey, and your why.
Yeah.
Okay? Your why. What pushed you? What made you say, I want to give back and pour into our youth?
Yeah. Again, my father,
Okay.
my village,
Yes.
right? So having a lot of men in my family, me growing up being at age 13, 14, out in them streets,
Yes, sir.
doing, what we do out in the streets.
Yes, sir.
My mother, again, was told that, hey, I was out in them streets doing crazy stuff.
Wow.
So my mother made it up in her mind, hey, you're going to stay with your dad. So my mother and father separated when I was age 7. And my dad's military, was military. So he wasn't putting up with none of that.
Right.
So when I moved to my dad's place, with him still being in the military,
Okay.
and my stepmom helping raise me as well, it took that to change my life, to understand that I had to get my life together when it comes to the 7 core leadership values
Okay.
that we teach in the military.
Okay.
So that propelled me at that age, coming out of the military, coming out of prostate cancer, that propelled me to, hey, let's do something. God gave it to me, gave me my purpose as I was lying there on that bed. Yep, so I, after writing 2 books, on the 3rd now, and preparing to write another book, it's a passion of mine, a purpose of mine to ensure that whatever was instilled in me is instilled in these guys.
That's right.
And that's what it is. When I say instilled, I'm talking about mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, I'm telling you, spiritually, all of that has to be
Right.
empowered into these young people.
That's right.
As you can see, these guys are in the program getting ready to go to a $80,000 to $100,000 job because they've been in the HW3 Foundation program and they're propelling themselves into a career of cybersecurity.
Wow.
So our focus here at the HW3 Foundation, the Empowerment Leadership Boot Camp right here at Shiloh, is focused on educating our kids, bringing our parents back into the church, and ensuring that our kids are spiritually based right here at Shiloh.
Man, and that it means a lot that you're doing this here, because in our community, we it's hard to find those core values of what you say the 7 principles are, like, or find men who lead with those type of core values. What are some of those core values of those 7 principles when it comes to instilling into these young men, that's right behind you?
Oh my God, and they could tell you, leadership.
Yes.
Leadership is number 1.
Okay.
First of all, you have to understand what leadership is. A lot of our kids understand the words, have heard the words.
Yes, sir.
They don't totally understand what those words mean and put action to those words.
Yes, sir.
So leadership.
Yes, sir.
Loyalty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. You have to ensure that as a community individual that's trying to disperse or empower a community, a city,
Yes.
a state, and just going outside of our perimeters, you have to have those 7 core leadership
You gotta have 'em.
values as well. So, once you instill those values in these guys, it's like a pandemic.
Yes.
I always say my formula is leadership times pandemic equals you. That means You have to have leadership within you to spread it to the entire world.
Man, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. When we're talking about, you know, young African American men, there is a stereotype. It's like 2 strikes already before you get out there, you know, and you're taking these young men and you're training them, like you say, mentally, spiritually, and physically, preparing them for that $80,000 to $100,000, you know, cybersecurity type, you know, job, or you know, or whatever they choose to do in a career. You're
correct.
taking that and you're saying you can do this, you know, because most people say, you know, I got to work right now, I got to go clock in at McDonald's and da 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 da. But in your core value system, what I'm seeing is vision. You're painting vision. You're painting a vision for them. How important is it for you to paint that vision before you even get, because you hit, I mean, I see the whole program.
That's
You're
right.
out in the community, everything. So,
That's right.
How's it important for you to paint that vision?
It's very important. Here's why. Working at McDonald's, working at any restaurant, sweeping up hair at the barbershop, mowing lawns, those are core values that you're learning at early age.
Yes,
All right?
yes.
So believe it or not, and what I said earlier about, you know, the core values, you just have to put them into action. So the key pieces in ensuring that we're spreading that is those that have that work ethic early on in their lives as kids. They're able to harness that, and that's these guys, all right? They're able to harness that,
Right.
build a empowerment within them, and say, hey, I want to do something different.
Right.
I don't want my family to struggle, right? I want to help my family. So I'm going to, 17, 18, 19 years old, I'm going to establish a plan within my head and my heart, and I'm going to go out there and make those dollars.
Yes.
I'm going to make those dollars go. I want to help my family. I want to help my mother, my father, my grandmother, grandfather. I want to be that calluses in my family at that age to grow, build, and expand. So to ensure that that is spread, we make these leaders express the leadership
That's right.
out in the community. Then they bring other young leaders that we train.
I see, and you know, that's interesting that you said that, because I see a brotherhood always being built. Every year that we come, it's like a new brotherhood bond. And it's like, almost like they're building like lifetime friendships.
That's right.
Lifetime relationships.
That's right.
What does that mean when you bring that value to your program that you offer?
Man, that's such a powerful question, because it's we just had Father's Day.
Right.
I have trained 4,033 kids since 2015.
Okay.
And my phone yesterday was ringing off the hook, messages off the hook. So the strength of that, the strength of your question is that. I'm not a biological father,
Right.
but 4,033 kids
Yeah.
consider me their father.
But that's a whole village.
That's a whole village.
That's a whole village.
So the strength of that is that feeling. 4,033.
Right.
I lost 2 out of the 4,033.
Oh,
I
wow.
have no idea where they are. But eventually, they will come back
Yes, sir.
and say, sir, I need some help. And that's cool,
Yeah.
because I'm going to help them.
That's right.
But I have to say, out of that 4,033, including the ones that we're training here, they're learning those core values so they can spread across the world.
That's right. That's right. Now, you know, how do you choose the kids, or you know, the leaders that you're bringing into the program? Are they do they have to have like a certain GPA, or do they have what's the criteria for getting in HW3 Empowerment Leadership Bootcamp?
The criteria is you be 9 years, 9 years old to 19,
Okay.
right? That's the criteria.
Okay.
right? We always put stigmas on young kids.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
no matter what the color is, we put the stigma on young kids. Hey, this is a bad child. We need them in your program. Hey, this is a child that's medium. We just need a little help. Hey, this child is spectacular. So we just need a little help. So all families, all kids need help.
That's right. That's
So
right.
we gather them up from 9 to 19, no matter what their issues are.
Okay.
We build, we grow, and we help them. Physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, and have to be spiritually.
We're going to go to a commercial break. Game Changers Media Network, Game Changers Magazine, Voices of the Village podcast, right here with HW3 Foundation, Mr. Henry Washington. You guys stay tuned. We're going to a commercial break.
And equality. Now the world they will see. That's why.